So, the Manchester United side, who for the past 3 or 4 weeks have been no short of ass for the playing whoever they played, have just gone to Anfield and been a Harry Maguire kick, just about a couple of inches lower, maybe a bit more than that, away from taking away 3 points. Like, what? What just happened? Just, where's this team been? For those of you who don't know, Liverpool 2, United 2. And I feel like I have a justification to say United were the better side. They were definitely more explosive and exploitative of Liverpool's flaws, in a sense. The first half was interesting because it stayed 0-0. There was a few chances for Liverpool, but United had a chance with Højlund late in the half. Obviously, a good save from Onana, from McAllister, and Gakpo sliding one wide. But I felt like they played well. They were quite solid in their play. They were good in the build-up. Mainu and Ugarte were phenomenal. Like, everything was going okay. There was just not too much from them. And then in the second half, it continued the same as. Like, United played well still. Mainu and Ugarte again still very solid. Ugarte getting into every challenge. Mainu playing very well. Fernandes benefited from a week off, clearly. Because everything he did was right. It was the touch was on point. The passing was great. Everything was there. It was crisp. It was fast-paced at times. When it needed to be slowed down, it was there. And everything was spot on. And then we scored. And it's disbelief to think that we would have got anything from this. Before this game, I was thinking it was going to be 3, maybe 4-0 minimum. And I think most fans did. But then when Martinez put that ball in there, and by the way, what a hit he put his laces through that, and it's absolutely smacked into the, obviously off the crossbar and in, but still, fantastic hit from Martinez. And you believe, and it's weird because we shouldn't have this with how they've been playing for the past 3 weeks or so. People are joking that United are in a relegation battle, and we're taking it to the league leaders. And then obviously, Gakpo sends De Ligt for a hot dog and a cold drink, and sticks one in the top corner. Which, to be fair, it was a good passage of play from McAllister. And like I said, Gakpo just does everything right. And then it's De Ligt's handball, which I'm not going to question. I think there's justification to say that it's not a penalty because of how close he was, but the unnatural position of the arm, like, it's way above his head. It's like up here, you can't see, but up there. So I have no grounds to say that wasn't a penalty. I thought it was as soon as I saw the replay. Apparently there's one in the second half not long after that, but I don't remember it, so I'm not going to comment on it. But yeah, I'm thinking the worst, it's going to be maybe 3-4-1. That's it, we're done. But United came again. And the thing was that when I said that United exploited Liverpool's weaknesses, the big weakness was Trent Alexander-Arnold. And saying this to the United, not just the United, but a person who watches football on a regular basis. Why are Real Madrid interested in him? Because he's a fullback. He's a right back. He can't defend. Like, there were times when even Diogo Dalot was pacing past him, and just every time it was just constantly down his side. And then we brought on Garnacho, and it was still the same. Everything was down that left. It was at one point it was like 60%, I think it was, down the United left-hand side. It was just exploiting a weakness that was there. And obviously it came good in the end. Garnacho got to the byline, cut it back across, And there was Ahmad just to slide one underneath Alisson into the corner. And it's 2-2 and it could go anywhere. And then it was a bit back and forth, a bit basketball-y in a sense near the end. But then I think it was Fernandes played the ball into Xerxes. And in my head I'm thinking, hit it. Just hit it into the net. Make yourself a hero after everything that happened last week. But he played the pass. And the pass is... It's a bit bouncy, but it's spot on for what to do. He plays it to the guy in the middle who has the better angle. The keeper's kind of narrowed the angle down for Xerxes. He's not in the frame as much for the man in the middle. And the man in the middle turns out to be Harry Maguire. And it showed the difference between a ball-playing defender in Martinez, who absolutely smacked the ball into the net, and a player that can't ball play in terms of Harry Maguire, because he just smashes it into the rosette. There's a kind of slight possibility of offside on Xerxes. I think it would have been more... I'd have been more gutted if Maguire had put it in and Xerxes had been offside. But the fact that we were a Harry Maguire kick away from 3 points at Anfield, this on the top of taking 3 points away from City at the Etihad a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks ago. That was the last time we played well, in any sense. Is this not where we're going? This is not what. This is why the in a sense the true fans. I know that I don't want to get into that argument with our own fan base, but the true fans stay the course and see the path and see what comes. And it's an understanding of there's a dark time first when everything has to be settled and you have to acknowledge the fact that there's going to be a lull before the good comes back. And it's like Amorim said, there's a storm first and then it clears and you have the good point after that and everything comes good. And I've seen countless fan bases from Sporting who said, yeah, it was bad at the start, but he got everything right. They got the right players in. They got the system set up. Everything everyone they needed to get this working, and it worked. And we've seen proof of that this season against Manchester City. They battered City 4-1. It wasn't an incredibly good game in terms of the play, but you saw the benefits of the work. We're at the start of that. We are 2 months in now to Ruben Amorim being in charge. He hasn't had a signing yet. He's still working out his players, who works, who doesn't. There's clearly a spine there in a sense, because you have, obviously, De Ligt, I think, is very good. I think he was very good again today. Martinez showed his quality today. He was phenomenal. Apart from the obvious miss, Maguire was okay. Mainu and Ugarte were incredible today in that midfield. Mazraoui played really well. Dalot had his best game under Amorim by a country mile. Ahmad is incredible. And then it's just the rest, in a sense. You've just got to kind of pick your points. I think Mazraoui works as that wing back, but he needs time to be able to know the system and know what he's got to do. I think Dalot would be suited more on the right side. We still need that left winger, or that left wing back. I think he needs more attacking options in terms of the 2-10s that he likes to play. Obviously, you've got Fernandes, you've got Ahmad, but there's nothing else after that. You played Garnacho today, and Garnacho got an assist, and he played really well, but that was exploiting Trent on that right side. Well, their right, our left. And that was just doing a good job of exploiting that. Other than that, he hasn't really done much. And it's the striker role. There is not much coming from the three strikers we have. Rashford is near enough done, let's be honest. It's a shame, but he is. Xerxes got 3 goals this season, I think it is. Højlund's not got many more than that. we need someone that's going to be smashing in goals left, right, and centre. There's big talk of Gyökeres. There's big talk of Osimhen. We'll see what happens in the January window if we get anybody in. We've obviously heard numerous talk of Nuno Mendes from PSG. There's talk of us making signings. We may have to sell to buy, but there's movement. I've seen something today about Kvaratskhelia from Napoli as well as a possible swap deal with Rashford. These things are, I'd say, I don't think anyone that's been rumoured so far that I've seen, I wouldn't take. I even saw, I think, because of the situation with Barcelona, that Dani Olmo may be available on just a sign-up as a free. If that happens, that's another possibility. I'm not saying these will happen. I'm saying that the players that we're being linked with are ideal for what he needs, what Amorim needs for this system to work. And I think that plus blooding in a few of the youngsters, your likes of your Harry Amases, maybe Ethan Wheatley's, whoever else, we've got Kakonki being on the bench on a regular basis. These players are seemingly in and around the first team. After a bit of time, you might see them getting minutes. And again, Toby Collier was on the bench again today. It's about, I think that you've got to look at this season as a bit of a write-off because this is a completely new system starting in. But a performance like today is an amazing starting point. And watching Amorim tonight on his interview be angry at the fact that they've not won the game when nobody gave United a chance at the beginning. Everyone was saying it'll be an absolute massacre. For me, that's positive because he knows they can do this. And Fernandez being fuming himself for not performing to the level he performed today, again, this is more positive than not. You can look at it as how you want. I think I want to say point gained, but I feel as though they're going to look at it as 2 points lost. And that's not going to be a bad thing because it's standards. And the standards is the main thing that has been every single season from when we had Moyes to when we had Van Gaal, when we had Mourinho, and then Ollie, and then Rangnick, and then Ten Hag. Standards has always been the thing that it's come down to in the end. And the bearer is obviously Sir Alex and how his teams used to work. And I think that Amorim has a similar standard mentality. He's not going to deviate from this 3-4-3. And like he keeps saying, it will be the end of him as a manager if he relents and doesn't stay the course. But performances like this need to happen. And I think today is a good starting point. Get them in maybe a day of rest, maybe a kind of review day in a sense. Get them in, get them looking at the footage and going, look, you guys played well at Anfield. Now let's go to the Etihad in the FA Cup and let's stick it to Arsenal, who, let's be honest, aren't playing well themselves. Aren't playing at their sparkling best. They may come out fighting, but at least let's give them the fight. And then we go to Southampton, or I think Southampton come to Old Trafford on the Thursday night, and we stick it to them. And it's about getting it right consistently. Hopefully this is the start of something, or hopefully I've not just rambled on for nearly 15 minutes, and this will all blow up in our faces in 2 weeks when we lose another 3 games. What do you guys think? Let me know, guys, in the comments down below what you think of the game, what you think of what's going to happen going forward. Like this video if you haven't subscribed if you're new. Do not sound, guys. Take care.